You know who shaped your high school history more than your actual textbook? William freaking Shakespeare. The man could write, but he could also spin. He turned real historical figures into juicy, dramatic characters, and audiences just rolled with it. He wasn't writing for historians. He was writing for a live, rowdy, beer-spilling Elizabethan crowd who wanted ghosts, betrayal, sword fights, witches, monologues, and maybe a butt joke or two. Accuracy? Optional. And to be fair, he delivered. He leaned hard on Holinshed's Chronicles, already a wild mix of facts, legends, and gossip, and then cranked up the drama to 11. People didn't have Google, no ChatGPT to yell. That's Tudor propaganda. So when Shakespeare hijacked history, slapped on a crown, and said, "This is the vibe now," folks just believed him. Let's talk receipts. Real Richard III, power-grabbing, maybe shady. Shakespeare's Richard? Hunchbacked, baby-murdering villain monster crawling out of a gothic horror. That iconic, a horse. A horse. My kingdom for a horse. Line? Cute. But there's no evidence he said that while dying at the Battle of Bosworth. And about the hump? No evidence. He likely had scoliosis, not Quasimodo syndrome. Why the slander? The Tudors, Shakespeare's royal patrons, hated Richard. So we gave them the ultimate villain. Historical Macbeth? Ruled Scotland for 17 years. Went on pilgrimage to Rome. Not bad, honestly. Shakespeare's Macbeth? Axe-wielding psycho haunted by witches, ghosts, floating daggers, and his power-drunk wife. That famous Banquo character? Invented to flatter King James I, who claimed Banquo as an ancestor. Smooth. Real smooth. Historical Cleopatra? Diplomat. Multilingual. Brilliant strategist. Shakespeare's version? High drama queen who dies in a sheer nightgown, clutching a venomous snake to her boob. In Antony and Cleopatra, she's messy, impulsive, addicted to power and men. Beautiful? Maybe. Ancient sources were split. But thanks to Shakespeare, she's forever the Egyptian temptress. Hamlet wasn't born from thin air. It was loosely based on the tale of Amleth, a Danish prince in Saxo Grammaticus Chronicles. But that original story? More Viking revenge than existential crisis. No ghosts, no soliloquies, just cold Norse payback. Then Shakespeare gets his hands on it, and suddenly Hamlet's asking, to be or not to be, while the body count rises like a John Wick sequel. And the ghost? All will, because tragedy hits harder with a supernatural guilt trip. Misogyny? Also on brand. Gertrude and Ophelia? Reduced to plot devices. Women written mostly to suffer, cry, or die. Real Henry I Agincourt? Yes, but it was mostly muddy fields, longbows, and French disarray. Also war crimes. But Shakespeare needed a hero, so he gave us a speech-making Christian warrior king. Basically a medieval Marvel superhero, crafted to boost Tudor pride. This one is rich. Real Caesar? Political genius stabbed by senators panicking over dictatorship. Shakespeare's Caesar? Killed for being too ambitious and for ignoring his very dramatic wife. Et tu, Brute? He never said that, but Shakespeare did. And now you remember the quote more than Caesar's actual reforms. So what's the deal? Shakespeare wasn't just a playwright. He was a mythmaker. Yes, he exaggerated. He twisted facts. He invented entire characters. But he did it with such flair, we still quote him like he's gospel. He didn't just dramatize history. He remixed it, rewrote it, sold it, and we've been eating it up for 400 years. Was it drama? Satire? Propaganda? Fanfiction? Yes, and it slayed. He turned murderers into heroes, heroes into psychos, and dry royal biographies into HBO pilots with witches and ghosts. Was it historically accurate? No. Was it unforgettable? Yes. And that's why we call him the Mythmaker who made it stick.